A job interview can be stressing and overwhelming. Your shoes, your suit, your shirt, your hair. You stress on small details and totally forget about the most important part, being yourself. If you know that every part of your grooming is perfect, you never have to think about it during your job interview. Avoid stress and plan your grooming ahead of time so that the day you have your interview, you only have to focus on your performance, not your look. There are many important key elements to good grooming, but the one that has a major impact on your whole look is your tie. Let's take a look at the best tie knot you can do to look great at your job interview. I'm Orlando and you're watching WishCasting. We do travel guides and Emirates tutorials every Wednesday and Sunday. Feel free to join us. Your tie matters a lot. It makes you look influential, smart. It signals capability and professionalism, changing dramatically the way people around you perceive you. Some tie knots are flimsy and look cheap. Others look too simple and easy. Some other ones look too flashy and complicated. For interviews, you want to keep it simple, clean, and professional. Let's take a look at our top ranking choice for the most professional tie knot. Our personal choice is the full Windsor knot, also called double Windsor knot. It not only has important history behind it with a royal background, but it's a super classic triangular symmetrical knot that conveys perfection and attention to detail. Doing the Windsor knot requires a tiny bit of time, but if done correctly, will last as long as you keep it tied. It's self-releasing, meaning that the loop tightens and loosens without you needing to get it undone. You can use your knot again and again and again without ever having to redo it. It's a super professional, once-for-all tie knot. Do it and forget about it. Cool, huh? Start with a tie over your neck with a long side to your left. Leave an excess of 15 centimeters from your left hand. Long end over the short end. Through the neck loop from underneath. Pull down and to the left. Pass it around the back. Up to the center and through the neck loop. Pull the tie down. Make sure you make a good solid triangular structure since this will support the tie knot. Pass the long side across covering the triangle. Hold the tie with your fingers to create a hole. Pass the tie through the neck loop from underneath. Down through the loop you created with your fingers, tighten the knot by pulling down the long end and twisting with your finger. The tie now is almost ready. Slide the knot up and make small necessary adjustments to get it perfect. Use a mirror, it helps a lot. The correct length of your tie should be no longer or no shorter than your belt buckle. So definitely Donald Trump got it wrong here. The Windsor knot is often attributed to the Duke of Windsor or King Edward VIII of the United Kingdom. This was his signature knot, copied by many because of its bigger, thicker, more reliable shape since it's very tight and doesn't deform. The Royal Air Force currently wears such ties in black. The tie knot has a classic triangular, beautiful diamond shape, bigger than other tie knots and symmetrical, giving the idea that you're a reliable, professional, careful to details individual. Why does such a small piece of clothing make such a big difference? For starters, a necktie is visible no matter if you're wearing a jacket, a coat, or a cardigan. It's always visible. Secondly, neckties can have different color, fabric, and knots, which if coordinated properly can convey a really good, smart professional look. A tie, regardless from color and fabric, can look better or worse depending on the knot you choose. People put very little effort on this. They underestimate the importance of it, choosing easy-to-do, time-saving knots looking superficial and cheap. If your tie knot is asymmetrical, slim, crushed, generally ugly, you'll lose all the potential we spoke about above. On the contrary, if you choose a professional, symmetrical, big knot, you'll look good, clean, and clever. Put that little extra effort. Spend some time on trying a more complicated knot, and that'll pay off later on when you pass your interview. Let's take a look at some history. The necktie dates back to Croatian mercenaries serving in France during the 30 Years' War. These mercenaries from the Croatian military force wore traditional knotted neckerchiefs that were very appreciated by the French King Louis XIV and noble families in Paris. The king began wearing a tie, setting this fashion to the rest of Europe. This fashion dates from the 1600s and is currently used by businessmen and noblemen or for important event celebrations. If you like this video, we'd appreciate you hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I shall see you on our next video.